Hello, 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 welcome back to another video here on the channel. They've got a 1v1 little series here between Yoda and Grenooli that they posted in the recording section of our GBG Discord. You can find our GBG Discord in the description field, link there. So Yoda here is over here somewhere in the green, blending into the map. So Yoda in the green with the Rebel Alliance and Grenooli back here in the grey with the Black Sun and can't remember the name of this, I think it begins with a T maybe, I don't know. An interesting map because it's not like super symmetrical. We've got a lot of water, got a lot of food in it, and then even got these carbon gas vents, some beasts and stuff, and I don't know about the spawns here for the resources though. Like, I guess there's plenty on the map, but this seems a little bit sus. You know, you have this just in the back of your base. You just need to control the water, I guess. Both very close to the water at the very least. I think you want to play around with it, but I don't think what Yoda's... This is just his base resources too. Doesn't really have the same things like the back of the map for him, so yeah, it might be tricky if this goes into like late game, but I mean this stuff isn't going to matter if the game's, you know, decided in like maybe the first 30 minutes or so. And we'll see how it turns out. We've got these sleens getting lured for food. We've got loads of berries, just tons of food on this map. It's a pretty fun looking one, regardless of the little bit of the imbalance. So many of these tupas hanging about. They get pushed as well. There's some shorefish you can drop a food processor for. You can see that Yoda's thinking about doing that himself. He's got 3 here. They're very nice spawn with 3. Kind of the same for Grenooli, to be honest. Some good ones. A lot of options for what you can do for your early food here. You can see troop center going down for Grenooli. And he's already got nursery, 7 nerfs in the nursery, so that's taken away for food income as well. So maybe going to see Mounties queued up, yeah. And he's not really dropped carbon in the same way that Yoda has, because he's not built the food processor. Instead he's relying on pushing the tubas with the scout, so that 100 carbon, much closer to him having this TC up and pumping out this mounted trooper. I think it'd be very hard for Yoda to actually just light wall off things here. Same with his base, like look at this tree clusters at the very least. It's got very early, like his base a lot more closed off than Grenooli's would be. I guess that's one thing he has in favour for himself here. Is leading into the prefabs at the moment, but I think there could be some really nice light walling. Just close this out, especially if he sees this coming with his scout. I don't think they really saw one another there. We'll see the scout here, but again the Mounties are actually just skirting past him, hugging around these tree lines. Grenooli doesn't actually know where his opponent is though, which may hamper how quick he can get these Mounties on top of Yoda. So he's losing a bit of time there, which could give Yoda, you know, the ability to catch up. He's got the shipyard down with the power core. This kind of looks like almost like a build order loss if he can't quite get his troop center queued up, which I think he needs to. It doesn't have any trawler queued, but these are going straight on top of his carbon. There's 2 of them here, and there's the 3rd one as well. And the 3rd one's really going to spell disaster here. And the scout's going to mess up the AI of the workers. And you can see the troop center going down here, and it's kind of just on him to try and not lose any of his workers here. He does have some like kind of stragglers that you can mine though, like a lot built up here. Which you can maybe see him through this. Just needs to watch some of these workers at the top too. Being house kind of sucks at the moment. To be honest, I think he should just build a couple of Mounties. The reason being, if he built the Mounties, he could just be pumping out his trawlers. Doesn't look like there's any more Mounties coming his way, and the trooper recruits are not very good anyway, so... I mean, some of these are half health. I think if he microed his Mounties, and he mined a little bit of Nova already too, so... I think Mounties would have been a much more elegant solution here for him. But either way, he's going to get to T2. He's not dead. He's fine. But he needs to get this little differential here, him being on the water, going, right? He needs to get these trawlers pumped out so he can start having a higher worker count and really equate that into a nice advantage for him. And I would like to see him close things out here on the base as well. Because I think he just needs to turtle and fish up and go T3 and really go for what his civ's going to shine for, which being, you know, Rebel Alliance. Being air. Want to play out air mid game, and maybe he can play for keeping this water too. I think the rebels are like the worst on the water. I can't remember what's It's the of advanced frigate. Heavy destroyer though. Don't have the coolest text though, but you can play them in T3 fine. And just lean into your air and your masters too. A couple of workers going to get caught here. And again, these slow trooper recruits taking ages to come and clean this up, but they have done now. That's really the end of it now. I can chill. Grenooli going for troopers though. Yoda did close this out. This is maybe going to be enough of a catalyst for him to actually drop a turret here. I wouldn't mind a turret just here, guaranteed by the command center, at the very least. And maybe close out his this area with some light wall, just to make sure troopers don't stand at the shipyards. Can't believe this is harassing him right now. Is he going to lose that? I hope not. Ah, he's so low. Bad times. Oh! No, no. Oh, man. Again, we don't have the turret, though. Being kind of greedy. I don't know why we're being so greedy when we got all these trawlers. Ah. Yoda-san. This is just a disaster of his own making, I think. At the very least, garrison up. But again, because he didn't make it like in range of the command center. I think they're only in range when they're like here, are they? Oh, this one is. Can you hit this one? No. So I think we could have gone turret and maybe just got a turret here, which would have been nice. Could still munch on the berries a bit too. And then crawl towards. I wonder if it would even be okay to just turret at on your hills here. Just cover your wall. As I said, he just needed to defend these boats. And, you know, his eco is going to be mighty fine, but fortunately we can see a lot of dead R2-D2s. So, in terms of the workers, you know, Grenooli is actually ahead, which is quite a feat when we look at how many of these would be trawlers. Let me see here. 7, 5, there's 12 workers, so like half his workers, and yeah. I don't know where these guys are trying to go, but kind of doomed here. He's on his way to T3, but again, I think he's just too far behind. All Grenooli really needs to do is just like not take any damage to anything that he pumps out, and it's kind of GG. You know, you could go in the water and just make pure destroyers or something, or you could make a forward. I don't know where these guys are trying to go. There's not much for them to get here. And Grenooli's having none of it, he's running them down. Even these howlers are getting involved. Does hit T3, but again, at what cost? I think he could have just been a bit safer, a bit less greedy, get to T3 all the same, and then really have a much better economy, I think, than Grenooli. RIP. R2-D2. The sentry post, make sure he keeps an eye on him. Surveillance of his new vassalized territory. And fire does come out, but again, I don't know. Maybe he feels like because he's got these boats, he can. I mean, he can get on the carbon gas man if he needed, and that would give him carbon. Don't know if he's actually noticed it. We've got these T3 as well. Yeah, it's gonna call GG. Just it feels like an insurmountable lead, and I would agree. We'll go on to the next game. Oh, interesting. Is this Yavin? Yavin Alderaan. Alderaan, I think. Before it, you know, before the bad times. The last times of Alderaan. The Gaptilian Grazer. Iridia. Iradia. It's pretty cool. Let's say there's all these new things that they added in the EF. Actually, they're quite good. I don't really even feel like they're like out of place or anything. I think they've done a really good job with their sprite models and stuff. They look really nice. These interesting birds that they've added as well. It's pretty cool. It kind of makes the game just feel a little bit more replayable, if you know what I mean. Like, even though like RTS games are, you know, like super, it just adds a little bit of life and a little flourishment to it. I like it. Oh, these big boys. What's this? Bull Ride. Oh, this looks like the new Tyrantotech or Rancor just waiting. Don't know what this one's capable of yet. I'm sure there'll be a YouTube short eventually of this guy, whatever he's up to. But anyway, we got Grenooli here in the yellow, and we got a lot of nerfs here. Playing Galactic Empire, up to 14 nerfs. It's almost looking like a vanilla game here. It's going to have so much food too. And we've only got one crossing here on this map. And then across the river we got Yoda with resistance. And Yoda, how do I? 14 as well. Getting the food in. Yoda again, he's just getting all these air civs, man. This is a good map for it. Oh no. The Bull Rider though, we might actually find out what he's like sooner than later. He's just sitting waiting, guarding the crossing. That's a bad time. Might want to get into the habit of just putting your scout here before you go with your workers and try and lure these things away a little bit. And yeah, he's laying the smack down upon him. And even with basic training, it tends to be you need to 2v1 these bad boys. I think you could run away with the resistance worker though, because they're faster. So, I mean, you maybe close it out and then run away, because these workers are like 10% faster or something like that, right? La la la. I can't read, man. Workers move 10% faster, twice as fast repairs. Yeah, I think if you just went far enough in a direction and you kept shooting this with your scout, it's gonna switch. I do think that their aggro range for the workers is much higher than other things, I think. See? Easy. Just jogs away. I did send another one though. But yeah, I think in general everyone should probably try and remember in the back of their mind to put the scout at the crossing first and just have a wee check. Because in some maps, especially maybe your team games or something like this, you might journey a very far distance to then get absolutely slapped by a couple of beasts. And sometimes there's more than just one Rancor there. You get two, then it's probably just sack the worker and lure it to your opponent or something. Yeah, food processor getting these mountain tauntauns. These ones are absolutely on the mountain. I mean, look at that. This accurate fauna right here. It's looking good. Nova? I think we'll pretty much just assume they're going to both T3, right? There's food processor for Grenooli now. So that's this Arida to munch. If you didn't notice that, yeah, he doesn't. Cheeky lurable boy, 370. They're going to take a bit of getting used to for people, because I mean, I feel like this and this look very similar, so you have to do a little bit of double take, you know, maybe like even click on it when you've got vision, see the food tag. Might look like they're going for the river fishing. It's very possible. I think in a 1v1 though, I would still value the... Ooh, well. He could. Oh, I know Yoda. I know what Yoda's planning. Yoda loves a T2 Mountie. And it's not going to be very hard for him here, because Grenooli is sort of relying... Yoda guaranteed that he got himself the wall, right? So he got to put prefabs to full wall. So his wall's way more durable. You know, look at the hit points difference. So what he can do, and unfortunately Grenooli never actually took a scout out of his land, so he hasn't even got the scouting vision of Yoda. So Yoda's got free reign to do what he wants, and Grenooli's just going to have to blindly think about T3ing here. Yoda can delete his prefab and just kill off the light walls, and then run in for a lot of mounties. More so than you can really deal with just taking T3. You've got heavy mountie on the way, War Center on the way. Maybe he's going to get that +1 damage as well. And he's got plenty of food with these 2 nurseries. He's got berries to go on to now as well, and he's been eating all these tauntauns, so this should come as quite a surprise to Grenooli, and I don't think he's really got any workers, and he deleted both of these as well. That's quite maybe slightly excessive. He actually housed himself there. I think he only needed to delete one, but the wall's down, and he just needs to run in. Grenooli can maybe try and re-wall here, which is actually possible with 2 prefabs. But Power Core instantly down. He's really caught Grenooli by surprise here, and he's dropped the double turrets. Maybe ensure he won't die. Should be able to cover his nurseries with his CC and the turrets, but he's not even finishing this one. This guy could be sneaking over here and doing this. He's at least getting to munch all this food, so I would assume he's on his way to T3. Absolutely. But he's got a Power Core into, I'm assuming, Strike Max. I think it would honestly just still be better to just get an airbase, I think. From my own experience with this, when it's heavy mounties too. Better to just have the unit they can't attack, they can't chase around, but he goes straight onto the Power Core again, and he doesn't have any carbon right now. He's trying to build a Strike Mech, and it goes down again. I think that's kind of deaf. I think it's too much because there's way more surging in, and then the numbers getting so high that eventually it can just disregard the turrets completely and kill them, or just go straight for the nurseries or the command center. You can even kill the mech factory if you wanted. And this is the problem with the going Strike Mechs, right? It's a lot of micro to try and do this and run around. You don't have War Center upgrades. It's really stacked against you. And look how much, like, they kind of get on top of you and get a little attacking now and again, right? I feel even worse now on GE, right? Because you don't have the speed. And turret goes down. And Yoda just absolutely bamboozled him with that. Quick win. Lot to learn from that though. Like, get your scout on your opponent's side of the base for one. And, you know, maybe it's not expensive to build these light. You could double layer these. You could triple layer them if you feel like if you were playing Yoda on this map and you know that he does this. I think everyone kind of knows that Yoda loves a T2 mountie. Triple layer it. Add some ore wall after, you know. That's, if you can't scout, it should be his advantage in this game as well, to mind game you, because he just loves to do it. So less. Oh my god, what is this fortress looking map? We've really got the Gungans in the yellow, and we got Yoda with the red rebels, and 2 Mexicans resign watching the game. Oh, that was a good game you uploaded there, Grenooli. Good job. That 3-second game. I guess they didn't want to play that map, so this is the last game I've got for you then. Try and not resign from this one, boys. Got purple First Order for Yoda here. And then Grenooli in the green Gungans. It's fated that he's on the Gungans. Oh no! Map screw. 2 Banthas not going to be his. A cheeky footwear. At least scale up through the tech levels, I believe. So not very impactful in T1, but I think by T4 they will be kind of helpful. And some Eopies that you can push. Low Banthas, super low for him. He's not even going to put them in a nursery, whereas Yoda will. So it's this is kind of impactful, really. You don't even get really the option to nursery them. June Claw, he is not for eating. No food tag there. I think it is just the Eopies. And berries. Berries almost blend in. These are the worst berries though, they're down to 100 food. It's like 100, 125 and 150 I believe. I think the Jojo ones, the blue ones are the best ones. The normal vanilla berries with the 125. So interesting to see what the plans are here. Yoda not messing around, just food processor. Doesn't want to do any luring. He's got Banthas to find. He doesn't have house 2 of them. But he's found this extra 2. A little bit of extra food from that. So it's not even as powerful as 1 Bantha right now. It's pretty lame in T1. 1 Bantha was like 8 food. Remember, I have coffee. Ice cold, bulletproof coffee right now. Oof. It's a hard swallow. Ugh. Grim. Very quiet T1. Really likes the T1 Mountie, but no nursery, so we won't be doing that. And Yoda went carbon on the food processor, so not really any way to fit that in for his build. I'm just getting his carbon processor now. So I should see, I would expect T2 gameplay. I'm getting on these Eopies over here. I want to put the food processor and get them eaten ASAP. On to the berries. Basic training. Not sure why he got that now. Did he think he was away to attack? Maybe overestimated how much food they were getting from that Eopie. I don't think he's even got the buildings either yet. You're just keeping an eye on him. But again, a very quiet T1. This is a 1.25 speed as well. It's a slow one. The power of berries, Eopies on low nerf. Troop Center does drop here for Yoda. Not too bad of a direct path as a sort of at the front. Should maybe do a little bit to close this out. Just to stall things out a little bit. Make this the path that people want to go. Because I think Grenooli is more than likely to just walk this way. At the top of his base. At least there's nothing really valuable there. It's just you gotta hit the CC. It might be best to just wall, and then just play into this area with both your troops and your farms and get on your ore and stuff. So, and then that way your troops are always in this area and you're just sending them forward from here. Grenooli, he doesn't have too hard of a job, especially if he's going to come this way. You can just sort of wall this out a bit. Take it quite an out of the way journey to go like this into the base. And these Eopie should be done by the time that the troops are out. So there's going to be some big trooping, I think, with them just going T2 with like 2 troop centers there. You've got a lot of food income here. So there's nerfs, berries, farms, second TC as well. And troopers getting pumped out. I still feel like every time I hear the vocals of this worker, it's saying my favourite map. That's all I hear, my favourite map. But this isn't desert, I don't think. It's a very cliffy looking desert. I don't know why Grenooli does this. Walls himself out here and then he's going to walk all the way around to go and attack. It'd be so bad to just leave a little gap here and just control the choke. You could even turret. seems like a out of the way, like they're going different routes here. So Yoda's going to walk all the way up there. He has closed it out. Smart. Doesn't really get his Nova, but you can reclaim it later, right? You don't have to worry about these things. I wonder if they just get capped, the trade players. Yeah, Grenooli's got it just now. But as I said, it's not even that impactful, so... Although we can see what it's like in T2, I suppose. Yeah, it's like one Bantha now. Just a little bit better. It's going to take a while to go through this wall. He does have to watch, though, if he does start going through the wall, that he stalls it out with... I mean, there's workers in range of things, right? Shouldn't be too hard to just drop some prefabs behind it. And then just get whatever troopers you've made at home into position. You can see Grenooli's going to hit one of these bits now. So Yoda needs to just be very diligent and just drop the prefabs, and he just ran his workers away at that moment. So he's going to get in. And now he's panicking, and instead of just dropping one prefab, we need to drop 5, and we're not even getting the last 2 here. He's just walking in and he's not even got the troopers in position. Ah! This was so preventable. Such a good idea, foiled by your own, well, I guess your own workers' incompetence there. Where's the prefabs? Does manage to get his troopers back into position, but that's 3 workers down here. And Grenooli's not even losing these troopers, and he doesn't have to worry about a thing at home now. No counterattacks, anything like that. Oh, we get caught there though. I don't know what happened to their pathing. Did the Eopie just kill them all? It's possible. The Eopie might have walked forward like that, right there, and blocked him. And that, yeah, that's what happened, I think. It must have. This isn't the first time we've seen Eopies get some kills. We've seen them do that to, I can't remember who it was as workers. I think when they were luring, the Eopie walked across the worker and blocked them, and the Ronto killed them off. Speaking of things killing your workers, we've got the Dune Claw here in combat, laying the smack down. Yoda trying to get across, find some damage here. I mean, he'd be best to just do the same thing, go for the light wall. And see if Grenooli will close it out. I think it's the only thing he can do. The top's all completely prefabbed off. I think he just needs to cut through this. Grenooli doesn't seem to have much troopers at home. Does he have no troopers? 11. Just 11. Where are they? And he again is just going to let Yoda through. These guys are not very good at paying attention to their walls. They have one turret here, but he's split his carbon into a new location, and Yoda's just getting in here. He's getting his own worker kills now. He sort of has enough troopers to fight-ish. I don't know though, I think First Order's still going to smash him here. And now he's not. He shouldn't have pulled back like that. He's patrolling in. Oh! Yeah, okay, I think his central bit's going to smash these. Some good volleys. That's going to feel bad for Grenooli. He always had more there. It's hard to judge though. You got 4, which should be enough to rival these. 2 of these at half health. 3 of them at half health. Back at home, I feel like Yoda's just going to be going up to teeth. Oh, he's almost there. He's really struggling with his buildings right now. And I think he's just going to have a hard time with all the aggression that will be coming his way in T3. And Yoda's base is kind of nice in the sense that he's got a lot of room around this power core. He can drop more tech buildings if he wants. Like he can fit a lot of mech factories or air bases here. He's not having to make like a power droid and build them off somewhere else or anything like that. So it's very simple for him to get this aggression online and just spam these units towards Grenooli. You could definitely get like 1 strike mech out here and sit it behind the carbon line and then pump out these 2 air bases, but no strikes queued. I think 1 strike would be nice. Keep your opponent guessing as well, but Really is going to get scout off with these two troopers. They're up to no good. See, the fighters are queued. So what can Grenooli get done? He's on his way to T3. He's starting to build his anti-air troopers. He does at least have the walls. The strike mechs wouldn't get out of control. It's just fighters he'll have to deal with, and if you can get enough anti-air, could be okay. Probably going to need a turret or two. Did go into the ore. His own base's SimCity though is going to mess with him here. See how these guys have to go all the way around to this carbine. So now they're further away from this point. Ooh, it's very quick forward. Ooh, both his ores are here, which is a problem. And Yoda can get the fortress here. I think Yoda, from what I've seen in the past, Yoda's very good about playing around the resources, the forwards. He definitely thinks about that. So I think he's going to maybe try and get fortress here and cover both ores, and that'll be really bad for Grenooli. Because he's scrambling everything he can into just like securing his base from air. Oh, he's gonna, I don't know, why would you go up here? Surely this is better. I mean, he's not really got this Nova anyway, but he's got this ore, and the ore's big. I mean, you get to eat all the ore. It's like a free fortress. I think this would have been better. For, lock down this area, like the front of his base too. Like, if anything, if you build it here, and I'm Grenooli, I want to build my fortress here. And cover my ore. I don't know, I feel like all this does is like harass the carbon line a little bit. And like lock this Nova out, but he doesn't need it. He's got two in his base. He's only got this one ore. And then this one out the front. I mean, I can go here, he can go here, he can go here. Lots of places. Where else would he go for ore? Strikes in the very least gonna lock this down. Fighters flying around. We have to watch for these heavy anti-air troopers though, they're pretty good. I don't know how Grenooli going to crawl out of this. He's going to have artillery being made. He can make his own artillery though. I think he should be getting his units out and trying to control this area. And then he can maybe like go around with his artillery, get a shield up. He needs to keep these ores. He needs to munch these ores. Oh, the jet troopers. They're pretty cool here because they can fly over and harass. Killing some workers here and there. Might be cooler to get them right at the back of the base though. Where there's not a turret. Aimobile, artillery out. Is he going to go for the power core? Seems tankier against turrets than I remember. Doesn't even feel like a bad idea when I look at it to just shoot the turret with it. For some reason in my brain, like, the turret does way more damage to these. Maybe it's just lack of upgrades or garrison. I don't really like really trying to play air in this position because like this counters air. You can't touch the artillery. You can make aimobiles. You've got a fortress as well. I don't feel like the air does anything. His civ as well doesn't scale into air. It scales into artillery pretty damn well though, and I think that would have been the solution. Artillery and grab this area. Once you start to get a few artillery out, you need to have your own to deal with it. Because they're just gonna smash mech destroyers. Just because of their consistent AoE damage and not taking too much damage from the MDs. be some good hits here on the AA troopers. Maybe they can't. Maybe it's like in this range they can only hit the building. I'm not entirely sure how the projectile works. Shield generator. I mean, at home, you gotta got the just a second CC. Just pretty much playing to kill him here. Oh, it does have a third up here actually. There, it's finding some harass again, but this problem's gonna keep snowballing out of control. And he can just build some turrets and he's okay. A lot of Nova over here, oh my. His resources are up here. He could still just pull his fighters back to deal with that though. He's maybe worried about Mounties. Which I think is would have possibly been an option if the air count went low enough. With the shield here and being this ahead and artillery. It's GG time. He'll still just go for his power core. He's getting some workers here and there. If he could wipe the army, you know, and keep killing these workers, that would be big. That's very generous of Yoda to actually let him do so much damage like this. I mean, he can make anti-air troopers as well if he wants. And pull his fighters back. So much MDs are going to suck here though. To be mass mounting against this. Really could have afforded it maybe. He's thinking about it now, you see. It sucks to sit and lose your 2 troop centres when you've already had them. I guess he never had a nursery, did he? Because of that's another issue, really. Because of the Bantha screw. Like he's gonna have to make a nursery to unlock the unit. It's just too late now, I suppose. More air going around to harass, but yeah, you're gonna call GG now. Izogre. Yeah, interesting set of games there between Yoda and Grenooli. GG, well played to both involved. And if you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment about things you want to see. If you want to get involved in these types of games, you'll find our GBG Discord server invite link in the description field, along with the one for the Expanding Fronts Discord, which is the mod that we're playing here for GBG, like our expanded edition. And if you want to support the channel in another way, you can find a PayPal link in the description field, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye bye.